what I'm going to show you here is a simpler, or not a simpler, a faster way to do the to create an ROI of the brain, to isolate a structure, in this case the brain. So what you do is you scroll back to the beginning, you bring up this thing called, it's right here, Grow Region 2D 3D Segmentation. That'll bring up this dialog. And what you do is you click on what you want, let's say right in here, and then you grab the slider and you adjust it up and down until you get what you want. If you don't get it, you can try clicking again and then adjusting it from over here until you get what you want. Now the problem is you end up with several ROIs on screen. The way you get rid of the ones you don't want is you right click on the ones you don't want and then either select delete from the pop-up menu or just hit delete. Right arrow will take you to the next series. You click again and you can, this is how this works. And because if you watch carefully, once I adjusted this, it left the first ROI and then generated a new ROI on the fly. So if I now hit delete, it's supposed to delete this this first path, but instead what it did was it deleted the numbers in the interval box. It's really not ideal. So what you have to do is you have to click outside of it. I'm going to click on the header up here and then hit delete, and it will delete the first one. Why couldn't I have just clicked on the image? Because it would have generated a new ROI. So it's not ideal. But so this is the process. You go through, you click on what you want. In this case, it's actually doing a pretty good job. It's getting what I want. So I'll just keep doing this until it. Okay, so that's not what we want. So then we'll grab the slider and adjust it this way. And if none of those are what we want, we will click again inside the image. That is what we want. So this is the process. Now we have to delete. I just hit the delete key. Because I had clicked in here, it no longer, this box was no longer highlighted, and that's why it didn't delete these numbers. It actually deleted the ROI. It's not perfect. Sorry, folks. So that looks good. So let's hit delete. Oh, see, I did it again. Click on the header, hit delete. Okay, that looks good. So this is the process, and this is what we've created. It's not quite as good as using the pencil tool that I show you in the other videos, but it's pretty close. A couple of things. In case it's grayed out right here where it says directly generate ROI when clicking. If that's not selected, you can click on brush ROI, select it here, and then switch back to polygon. I have mine set to high, and I don't use this. I'm not using this at the moment. And notice this is set to 2D growing region only, because if you do 3D, if you had something that was very easy to separate, yeah, you could probably get away with that. But in that case, I'm guessing the bone removal tool would probably work. So anyhow, a couple other things. You need to save your ROIs. You would say save all ROIs in the series. In this case, I'm going to delete all the ROIs, and I'm going to load the ones that I have from a previous that I did earlier. And so this is what I've got. And if we go through these, you'll see that I make a couple of mistakes here and there. So this one has, not only does it have the wrong ROI, it has it in there twice. I could delete them and redraw them, but I'm going to leave them in there to show you the principle of what happens. So you can close this. This has done everything it needed to do. Oh, one thing about the ROI manager, you would think that you could select them and delete them from the ROI manager. You can't. So you can select them this way and then delete them from here by right-clicking on the actual path, but you can't do it from the ROI manager. All right. Okay, so now the process is going to be just like we've done in all the other tutorials where we need to paint black outside all ROIs. And the way we do that is we say set pixel values to, and I saw in one of the tutorials that it was supposed to be negative 13 something, so that's what I've been doing. We want outside all ROIs, outside, new value, click OK. and it'll go through and paint black on everything. It takes a while because it has to do it to every slice, and we can go through here and confirm that that's been done. The green ROI won't show up in the 3D viewer, so click 3D volume rendering, and this is what we have. And those areas that I didn't delete, you can see what they've done. They've created those halos, those very thin slices of junk. So I could get rid of those with the scissor tool or go back and fix the ROIs. So that's it. That's how you use the, again, the function we used here was grow region 2D, 3D segmentation. Okay, so I hope that's helpful, and I'll show you another way. Again, it's not quite as good as drawing it with the pencil tool slice by slice, but it's acceptable and it's much, much faster. Okay.